Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always, told out of Voice of Radio. So today, we need to talk about the Celebrations Ultra Premium Collection. This is a product, now we used to talk about this one all the time. We haven't actually talked about this for a while. And the thing is, this is one of those products where, unfortunately, things have gotten a little bit silly. I think it's fair to say. We've talked about the Charizard Ultra Premium Collection. We're going to talk about that more soon. Or maybe we already did. It depends on how these videos go up. And, you know, I told you the other day that Celebrations as a set is crashing kind of hilariously. And that's brilliant. You know, I told you that in terms of Celebrations, we've got in the regular set the Mew, which is holding on at like a $40 card. In the Classic Collection, we got the Charizard, which is holding on at like a $70 card. And then after that, there's not really any value to be found in the set. And incidentally, that's a good thing. This is a very, very good thing. Because this means that you don't need to go buying expensive boxes or packs. You know, people are charging a lot for a pack of Celebrations nowadays. I mean, if we go and have a quick look over on eBay right now, a Celebrations booster pack is going to set you back like £7 or £8. And the thing is, there are very, very few cards from Celebrations, as I told you the other day, that you can't pick up for less than £8. And honestly, with your chances of pulling something like the Charizard, would you rather spend, you know, 70, 80 quid on 10 packs, or just buy the Charizard? Because honestly, you're better off just buying the Charizard. So, as I explained the other day, when it comes to Celebrations, the singles are kind of hilarious, and that's brilliant. It's wonderful. But what about the Ultra Premium Collection? Because it's gotten to the point with this product now where it's achieved kind of borderline mythical status, and it's one of those where, sure, you can pick up the singles and Celebrations very cheaply, and as I've said, yes, you can pick up the Celebration singles very, very cheaply. The fact of the matter remains that this is still one of those products people want. And honestly, it is worth it. It is one of the very, very coolest products we've ever seen. And I mean that very sincerely, incidentally. That's not hyperbole on my part. It is literally one of the actual coolest products we've ever seen. It is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, here's kind of the promo image they shared of it. And you can see all the various things there. You've got yourself a Charizard pin, and you've got yourself a bunch of packs, both Celebrations and otherwise. And then you've got the gold cards and the metal cards. And these are the real selling points of the Ultra Premium Collection. Essentially, there's two reasons why the Celebrations Ultra Premium Collection is cool. Number one is literally just keeping a sealed collection. Simple as that. Keeping a sealed collection, going from there. Okay, cool. The other one is because you've got these gold and metal cards. Now, obviously, the metal cards are cooler than the gold cards. I don't think that's a controversial statement. But these gold cards are still cool. You've got the gold Pikachu and you've got the gold Pokeball. And these are cards that in the future are probably going to be far, far more sought after than a lot of the other promos we've seen. I think, and I could be wrong, but I think these are cards that people are sleeping on, honestly. These are cards that I think people should be more excited about, honestly. Like, if we have a look at the gold Pikachu, it's not in the upper echelon of Pikachu cards in terms of value. But if we go over to TCG Player, for instance, you're still talking like a $30 card. Bearing in mind the box as a whole retailed at $120, although I know finding it at $120 is not necessarily terribly easy. And if we look at the graph, yeah, fine, we did see a little bit of a dip in July. But overall, it's been trending up over the past year. And, you know, yes, two of the last ones sold were $30, including a lightly played, but there was a $50 one there as well. So with a lightly played for $30 and a near mint for $50, it's fair to say the near mint for $30 was a little bit of a bargain. So this is a very, very cool card. And similarly, we've got the Pokeball as well. Now, look, no one's going to argue the Pokeball is as cool as Pikachu. I don't think that is I don't think that's a controversial statement. And it is kind of like a $10 card. It's not, again, no one's arguing that this is a particularly stunning card in terms of value, but it's still cool. It's still a very cool card, and I think this one needs to be seen as kind of a nice handy bonus. This one has been all over the place over the past 12 months. It has nominally risen, and there was a near mint one that sold for $18 very recently. So, this is another kind of cool card. But you can pick up the singles for the gold cards pretty cheaply. The metal cards, it's not quite the same. The metal cards are worth quite a bit more. I mean, the Pikachu, to be fair, is only a $50 card, but you'll notice that has actually gone up pretty steeply over the past kind of 12 months. Over the past year, this Pikachu, I do think it's fair to say, has kind of exploded might be a little bit too much. I'm not entirely sure exploded is the right word, but certainly this Pikachu has gone up in value a fair bit. That seems fair, right? And again, you're talking a $50 card. And, if you were lucky enough to be able to find this at retail, and I know a lot of people weren't, and that's fine, but if you were able to find this at retail, it is fair to say you absolutely got your money's worth here, because, these free promos alone that I've shown you were like $90 for the trio. And then we get to the Charizard, which was obviously the big card from the Celebrations Ultra Premium Collection. This was the big one, and this one you're talking about $110, $120. Over the past year, it has gone up, but it's been kind of stagnant for a while now. I mean, really, between February and March of last year, it went up a lot. And then kind of since then, it's pretty much kind of held. And certainly, if you look at the last three solds, 110, 100, 110. But here's the thing. You'll notice lightly played, moderately played, lightly played. And what is interesting about the Charizard card as well as the Pikachu card, you're not finding that many near mint ones because of how they are. These metal cards, a lot of them came out in not great condition, and a lot of them have not held on to that condition brilliantly. And I do think that is kind of an interesting point here. If you were to pick up a sealed Ultra Premium collection, you would have a better chance of getting a good condition one. And I do say better chance, not good chance, because a lot of them came out not completely mint, and that is important to note. So yeah, maybe we just try and go and get the box as a whole. But that's kind of the point of this video. The point of this video is basically to say, look, this box as a whole has gotten stupid, and quite frankly, unless you're keeping a sealed collection, I don't think the box is worth getting. I've already shown you that none of the promos have really held up brilliantly compared to the price of the box. And if we look at the price of the box, it's not coming down. Like, I mean, if we go past a couple of sponsored ones, we can see that the top three results here are $335, $330, and $430. And these actually jumped up to like $300 boxes pretty quickly, at least over on eBay. And they don't seem to be stopping. And the problem is of a product like this isn't coming back. Celebrations is like over a year old at this point. And this was hard enough to get when it wasn't. This isn't like the Charizard Ultra Premium Collection where Pokemon kept printing it. Yay! No, ladies and gentlemen. This is a product which is just not coming back. So the ones that are out there are out there. And I know there was a period of time where these were actually being kind of found very occasionally in places like Walmart after release. And that was amazing. Yeah, that's not the case anymore, ladies and gentlemen. It's not coming back. It's just not. And if we have a look at the Ultra Premium Collection over on TCG Player, you can see that it's not a straight upwards graph, but in the past year it has gone from 317 to 360. And the last three sold were 373, 380, and 364. So frankly, that 359, honestly, that's going up. It is. I mean, frankly, at this stage, that $330 one over on eBay, kind of a bargain, honestly. It's a $120 box, but you're probably never going to see this again for less than $300. And if you do, I hate to say it because it's 2.5 times retail, but $300 at this stage for that product is pretty good. This is one of those products that has gotten silly, that is way too expensive, and part of the reason was, when it was released, there just weren't enough of them. It came out, and unfortunately, the price just spiked. And it spiked hard, and it spiked quickly, and it just never went away. And I don't think it is going to go away. Unfortunately, this does seem to be one of those products that is just going to hold value, and is going to keep holding value pretty much forever. And in 5 to 10 years' time, when I'm doing a bit of a Celebrations retrospective, because come on, that seems like a fun idea in 5 to 10 years' time, 4 to 9 years' time, make it on an anniversary. But when I do that, I think we're going to see the same thing, but magnified. And I do think we're going to be in a situation where this product never gets any cheaper, and actually just gets more and more and more expensive as time goes by. It has gotten silly, as the thumbnail and title would suggest, but I'm going to be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen. It's, yeah. I don't think this is done by a long shot. But as I've shown you, the coolest things about this very much is the promos. And the good news about those promos are they are available. And that, at least, is a very good thing. If you want to pick up the promos, you can pick up the set of 4 promos for about $200, maybe a little bit more. And sure, you're not getting all the packs, but again, packs aren't that great for Celebrations because the singles are super cheap. So I think at this stage, it's very much overpay for Seal Collection or don't bother. So there we go. There's my advice. I like talking about this stuff, but now it's over to you guys. I want to know what you think about this. I want to know if you pick one of these up. I want to know if you would ever consider paying what it costs nowadays to do so. Let me know in the comment section. Go nuts. Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk Pokemon and card games and Pokemon card games, all kinds of fun things. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel. You can get some bonus podcasts for answering all of your questions. You can join a Discord and chat with us about anything you want. It doesn't have to be Pokemon. And you can get shoutouts on the channel, like the lovely AB3, who is one of our supporters, has been for a while now, seems to be a very lovely person. So thank you very much for all the support, and for being a very lovely person. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.